Hi guys, welcome to Unfiltered Pages, where we get real, and I mean real, about books. This week we just came to tell you that the gang's splitting up. No kidding. Some people wish. This week is going to be a bit of a different one. We're going to talk about how we became friends, some drama, book drama, and a few things in between. So we have a little bit of a script so that we don't go off. Well, actually, no, we don't. We actually don't have a script. We're just going to be unfiltered.
We're going to give you the tea.
We're going to give you the tea, like the Suriel on ACOTAR. No. I've got my Stanley Cup to give you the tea. So sit down, take this, and let's go. Let's go. Shall I just start and then you can just start adding on?
Yeah, can do. If you want. I wouldn't know where to start.
I can't stop looking at you.
Yeah, she is, isn't she?
You look really good.
It's turkey's on. No, I'm joking. I'm not tan. I've not got a tan at all.
Yeah, but I'm not bothered about the tan. I'm just saying you look really good. So whatever you've done, keep doing it.
Wow. Just live in Turkey then.
My routine.
Okay. This is the only compliment I will give this bitch.
Yeah. She usually tells me, she texts me in the morning, you look like shit, wake up.
Right. So we're going to first start on how we became friends. So if you don't want to hear that, then you can just skip it. So how it came about to me is I was on TikTok, and then all of a sudden a TikTok came up and it was like, oh, join the UK book talk group. And I was like, I ain't ever seen a book talk group in the UK. So I was just in my kitchen and I just joined it, and I thought, I'm going to be quiet in this group because, I don't want to be a loudmouth and make everyone hate me and my controversial opinions, because I have a lot. So then anyways, which one of you spoke up first?
I think it was you, me, and Kale, and then Sinead joined in, because I think she joined a little later than us.
Yeah, I think I joined after you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, because I think me and Amy were friends before that. I think Amy had messaged me on TikTok accidentally.
Are you hitting on me? Excuse me? Are you trying to fuck me?
Did you actually?
I can't even remember. I remember on TikTok, yeah. I don't remember why.
She's moving mad,
Accidentally. That's what we all say.
Accidentally. Liar.
I can't even remember what it was.
Oh, that's what we all say.
You just put a wave emoji.
Oh, right. I've done that to a few people.
Yeah, I bet you have. Yeah, and then we all just started bullying each other. Can I say that? Yeah. You know what? Yeah, we do bully each other. And let me tell you, our bullying is our love language. Like, don't get me wrong, I was bullied at school. And if any of you watch this, fuck you all. But I was bullied at school. So there's a difference between being bullied like that and being disrespected.
Bullied.
And being bullied with the little
tiles.
And we all just bullied each other, and then we all just became friends. And then I don't know how we all got put in a separate group chat. So there was admins.
The thingy made it, didn't she? What's her face? Yeah, I don't know.
We're going to give them names. So the main geezer, we'll call her Barbara.
Fucking Barbara.
And then the cronies we'll just name them as time goes on.
Yeah.
Right? The main crony, Barbara, she was admin. No one else was really admin, were they?
No, she was the one who created the group, basically, and did the announcement.
Yeah, and that's whose TikTok it came from. And we was all in the romanticy chat. So that's why we do a lot of romanticy, because that's kind of how our friendship came about. And then we all messaged separately. And then we all came together, because even though all our personalities are really different, they just mesh really well. But Barbara put all of us four in a separate group chat, which was called the Inner Circle.
Because she thought we were the fun ones.
Yeah.
She thought we were the shit,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Remember
we
that?
brought the vibes. We brought the vibes for romanticism.
We actually did.
And we loved everyone in that group. Let me tell you.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, and we do miss them. We
do. We miss some of them. We miss some of them. We do.
Yes.
Yeah. If anything ever went down, like for example, there was like a massive thing where people were giving spoilers, and like we was livid. Like we sorted it out now, but we went straight to Barbara and we was like, listen, this needs to get cut. Like you need to tell them, or I'm going to message them. And to be fair, she handled it pretty well. She did say, do you want to handle it or do you want me to? And then she handled it, did an announcement, whatever. Everything was sorted. Anyway, I think after that, everything went really weird.
Well, no, because we did an announcement as well. I did an announcement, if you remember, because we were admins at that point.
Oh, right, yeah.
And then I think it was a day or two after she did it again, and then you did an announcement, Abby.
Yeah, because I got a spoiler and I was
over
livid.
private message, wasn't it?
Mine was a private message, and then but that's all been sorted now. But we didn't become admins for ages. Like even when we got put in another group chat of the inner circle, we weren't admins then, were we?
No, there was. She made. I think it was 2 others admin first.
Yeah, and then I can't remember how it came about. I think me and Sinead were talking about meeting up, and I can't remember how it came about because we'd all never met before. And then Sinead had never got the train on her own, so Sinead wanted some company, and Barbara was going to come with us. Oh my god, I forgot about the tea train.
Yeah, no, I was literally about to say
about the what?
Forgot. Oh my god, this is going to pop off. Right,
the dog.
Let me tell you. Yeah, so we were messaging me and Sinead, and we were going to meet up, and then I don't think Sinead wanted to get the train on her own, and she was coming to a stranger's house on her own. So I do get you wanting someone else there because I'm in the middle of nowhere. I mean, like you
she could have fully kidnapped me.
I could have kidnapped me. Yeah. I'd met Amy. I met Amy first, though. I met Amy in London, so
yeah, we went shopping.
Even though Amy did slap me in the middle of Lego, but we'll get onto that later.
You was being a turd.
Oh my god,
she literally slapped me. She slapped me.
It was a love tap.
Okay.
You only get a tap if I like you. It's fine.
Well, okay. And then she asked me to be bridesmaid, but anyway, we'll talk about that later.
Amy, what the hell?
You just dropped that in there. I fucking forgot about that. I can't lie.
You've already been asked as well.
She has not asked me.
Yes, she did. She asked
me. I've not asked
not.
anyone properly, so we'll move on. We'll move on.
Listen, I'm coming back to that on private.
Hey,
let me just tell
you.
Hey.
Oh,
no one's being bridesmaid. Amy never said that. She just slapped me anyways. So,
just
anyway,
that's
all 3 of us, I messaged Amy, and Amy was straight away like, all right, bet, be there. Sinead was like, all right, bet, be there. Booked our trains, and then Barbara was going to come. And then Barbara got upset because she couldn't afford to come because of her uni rent, which I understand. It's expensive, whatever. So then we all private messaged each other and was like, listen, let's pay for Barbara because we want her to have a good time. We don't want her to be stressing. Come with. So anyway, we messaged in the group chat, in the inner circle group chat, and was like, come with, like, we'll pay for it. We're not bothered. We don't want the money back. Whatever. At first she was like, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want you to spend the money on me. I don't want to owe you money. And we were like, you don't owe us anything for this train ticket. Just come. So we bought the train ticket eventually after the umming and ahhing. And she came. Does anyone want to take over from the story?
I would just like to say, she said that I hit her on the train. I did not. It was a love tap. For the record.
Let me tell you.
And number 2, okay, these old ladies were sat in my seat, okay, and I have severe social anxiety. I'm not going to go to a table of ladies and say, excuse me, that's my seat. All right, so I was stood up, okay, and when Barbara got on the train, she saw me stood up. She was like, what are you doing? I was like, doing my seat. She was like, come and sit down. So I got the nearest seats I could, and they just happened to be near the toilet. I've never got a train before. I didn't know that was a fucking toilet until I was sat there. And she made out that I made her sit near the toilet on purpose, and I didn't, for the record.
Yeah, and then let me tell you that these 2 got off the train. Me and Amy have been having a lovely time. Amy got it to my, like, 10 a.m. Like, we was having a good time in the car, like good tunes. And then we got to mine, and then I was doing my makeup, and we were just having a girly chat. And then we turned up at Manchester Station, like, we was having a lovely time. And these two, Barbara and Sinead, arguing on the tracks, like, arguing. Like, you said they was down here. No, they're not down here. They're over there. Look, they're over there. And me and Amy was like, oh.
Okay, no, just for reference, this is me. This is Barbara, the height difference. Yeah, so I'm going, look, they're over there. And she's like, no, they're over there. And yeah, it's quite a stressful meet-up.
Yeah, and then we had to time them out. And I was with Barbara.
Oh my God, yeah.
Oh,
and I took on Sinead.
Amy, tell them about that guy taking my crock.
Oh my God, it wasn't... So we're walking behind. Barbara and Abby had already fucked off, and they kept disappearing ahead of us. Yeah. Didn't look back to see if we were alive. Bear in mind, me and Sinead have the survival skills of a fucking baby squirrel or something. I don't know. And there's trams coming in fucking Amsterdam, wrong place. Manchester. I've never been to Manchester. I wasn't expecting the full-on trams and shit. So Sinead and me hobbling along, trying to keep an eye on them while fucking walking and talking. And some guy stepped on the back of Sinead's crock. And she was like, what the fuck is that? It was actually quite funny. And then in the next breath, she's also almost falling into a fucking tram. Like, it goes past her and she nearly dies. And they're bloody buggered off, like, not a care in the world. And I'm like, it's trying to make sure Sinead's alive.
I was literally like, I nearly died. Where were you? Where were you?
Honestly, I could not stop laughing.
I was fighting for my life back there and you were just strutting along. Do you know what the thing is as well, Amy? Do you know when we went to Yaros, do you know the day after? Me and Abby went into Manchester and I nearly walked straight into the road.
Oh my God, did you not learn from the tram incident, you dumbass?
You don't understand, but no, Amy, the car, say this was the car, and this is Sinead. Sinead was him, and he went like that. And I was like, idiot. Honestly, you ain't ever seen nothing like it.
You've got no fucking survival skills, woman. We're gonna have to wrap her in bubble wrap or some shit when we go to Amsterdam. Yeah. The bikes will crush you.
Nah, I'm gonna vlog it if she does. I'll make money off that.
Do it.
I'll push it.
Dramatic gas. Okay, no worries.
Fuck off, Sinead.
Right now.
And then there were two. And then there were two.
And then there were two.
But
we're
back to Barbara.
Anyways, back to Barbara. We paid for a train ticket, bearing in mind it was only £10 each, but it was £30, and it was money that none of us really had, but we wanted it there.
And right as well, sorry, just gonna butt in. While we were in Manchester, we went into Waterstones. Me and Abby got some books. Sinead, I don't think you got anything in the end, did you?
I did.
Oh, right, Sinead got a book too. Okay. But Barbara, bear in mind, she said she had no money and everything, was practically crying over a jelly cat that she really wanted. She was like, I might get it. Then she's like, oh, I don't know if I want to get it, blah, 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 blah. Right? And that it was a small jelly cat, but if you're a jelly cat fan, you know those shit are expensive. So we were all kind of like, if she gets that, what the fuck? But obviously can't say anything. So we were just like, right, okay. Like, I just want to put that in there because that pissed me off.
I was going to say that. Well, how much was it again, Sinead?
£29, which is basically a train ticket.
But she could afford the jelly cat, but couldn't afford the train ticket. Anyway, that's the first instance. And then we got back to mine, and everything was hunky-dory.
No, I'm going to tell them about the bed situation because
I
don't know if that's like a normal thing for people to do or not, or if it's just me.
No, it's not.
So Abby has a spare bedroom with a double bedding, which is very comfortable, if I may add. Right, fine. I was like, look, I'm going to put my eye mask on, but if you snore, I'm going to boot you in your face because I've just spent 2 years co-sleeping with my toddler. This is my first night child free. I don't want a snoring thing in my ear, okay? She's like, yeah, it's fine, blah, blah, blah. And then we got to Abby's and she was like, I'm not sleeping in that bed, I'm sleeping downstairs on the sofa.
Yeah,
And I was like,
he was like adamant.
I was like, you know what, why do you want to sleep on the sofa? That's weird. I was like, I weren't being weird about it. I was like, I just feel bad that I'm in a nice big comfy bed and you're downstairs on a fucking sofa.
Yeah.
I don't know about Abby, but when I had my house, I had a thing of, I didn't like people sleeping on my sofa because it cost me a lot of fucking money, and I didn't want the pillows like going dull and shit.
Yeah.
And I had that rule. So I was like, oh, maybe Abby's like doesn't want to sleep on the sofa. But she ended up sleeping on the fucking sofa anyway. And I don't know what she had going on down there.
She had a proper little setup, didn't she?
Yeah, she did. She had a proper little thing going on down there. To be fair, I'm not really that bothered about people sleeping on the sofa, but it was really awkward after. And I went into Sinead's room to go get my makeup wiped. Sinead was just...
let me see if I can show you. I had like the covers. I had the covers here, and I was just like this. And I was like, good night, goodbye. And let me tell you, that was one of the best sleeps I've had in my life.
Listen, I tried to speak to her and she was like, yeah. Like, fuck off.
After you scared the shit out of her.
I can't remember. Oh, do you remember?
What?
I had my hands and my feet.
She was just like basically like a frog down the side of the bed. She was wetting herself because she was like on her hands and knees behind by the bed trying to fucking scare you.
What?
Do you not remember? Girl,
you don't remember that?
No. She came in wetting herself. Like she walked into the room and was like, oh my god.
Yeah, because you went, fuck off, Abby.
I don't remember that.
Oh my god.
She was probably asleep. She's probably asleep.
Oh wait, no, I think I remember because then I told you about that conjuring scene what you reminded me of.
Yeah.
The thing is, I get the zoomies at night, so I have to speak. And I can't.
What was it you asked me? You asked me why spiders have 8 legs. I was like, I don't know, go to sleep, Abby.
He was like, oh, where? And Amy was like, fuck's sake, why did I take this bed with her?
I was like, don't worry, I don't know if I snore or not, so just a heads up. And then I didn't snore, but she asked the most random fucking questions. I got worse off.
I can't go on a sleepover. I can't go to sleep, you know? I'm excited.
I don't know. I'm scared for Dan because I take my sleep serious.
No, so do I. I'm not, yeah. Like, but if one of you snore, just know you are getting, like, pillow.
If I start snoring, then you're more than welcome to.
Okay.
I did. And Brandon's always asleep before.
I don't sleep talk.
Amy, I feel like you do.
I think that's been a while as well. So they normally come in twos.
I'm not here for sleep talking.
You can wake me up. It's fine.
My sister used to do it, and she used to literally, because we share a bed, and she used to go, no, I'm not. Go away. And I'm like, who the fuck are you talking to? There's no one here.
That is possession. If I wake up in the middle of the night and you're doing that, you're getting punched in the face, let me tell you.
I'd rather you smothered me with the bloody pillow than punch me in the face.
I'm a fight-off kind of gal. Don't text me. So
I'm sleeping as far away from Abby as possible. I'm not bed in the middle anymore.
That's fine. Then the further away you are from me, I can't hear you.
The safer I am.
Yeah.
But
if I'm in the middle,
we have a trip to down booked, guys, in like a month.
Yeah, and we're all sharing a room. Yeah, all three of us are sharing a room, and it's like 3 beds. And if I go in the middle, guys, I will literally be this way facing Amy, going, "Why do you think spiders have 8 legs?" And then I'll turn around to Sinead, and I'll be like, "What do you want for breakfast tomorrow?"
Fuck's sake.
So someone else needs to go in the middle because I just know that is what I will be like.
Well, we got separate beds, didn't we?
Yeah, we're not showing.
So maybe we'll have to be in like separate sides of the room.
One by the window, one by the door.
Yeah.
If I start sleep talking, I'll sleep in the bath. It's fine.
Yeah, and I'll lock the door.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I'll go for a pee in the middle of the night and I'll shit myself.
Amy's just talking to you. She just sits up in the bath. All right, Abby.
I no. You get drowned, Amy, just no. Wow.
What, by your pee? I could turn around and like, fucking me.
Yeah, because I've run. In the pee. Not okay, you need to sort that out before we go to Dam. Anyway, then everyone went home, everything was fine.
Oh, right, yeah, I forgot we're still on that. That's what
I
we're
forget
talking about.
we're recording. Everyone went, oh.
Everyone, oh!
Yeah, everyone went home, and then everything was fine for a little while. I mean, yeah, it was all right. But just know that none of us play nicely when we're playing Mario Kart. Like, it's for real.
Yeah. I don't care about
Barbara
winning.
was well intense.
I care about beating that bitch.
Literally. All she kept, no, like me and Sinead did not give a single shit, right? We were either 10th and 11th, or we were 1st and 2nd. Like, there was no in between.
So long as I was 10th and she was 11th, couldn't give a shit.
Not like these. Amy was just enjoying her life, being Bowser with a little peach fucking umbrella. Me and Sinead were literally Sinead would go behind me just to red shell me.
Yeah, I'd say.
Yeah, but the worst was when you two were on a team and me and Barbara were on a team,
so
and you
Abby,
guys would full on just attack me.
We did this key one. I've never played that in my life, for the record. I don't know what.
No, I
shit
haven't.
were like. So we did this key one, and me and Abby were on the same team. And Abby gets locked in this cage. And now I'm driving around going, where the fuck's this key? I see the key, and then I see Amy coming at me. So then I'm fighting for my life, thinking, Abby, you just have to stay in that cage because I ain't going to that key. So I'm driving around trying to fight for my life, and then I drive past Abby again, and she's still in a fucking cage.
I can't get out without you. Listen, that star game where you keep the star was sick at that. No one could take that off me.
That was so stressful. I hate
Oh my god,
that.
yeah. So Abby was the one. I was like, Abby, you get the star, I'll get the people. So Abby was flying away with the star, and I was just shelling people. And then my monkey would come in, and I swear to God, on the playbacks, he was going, "Whoa, yeah!" Every time he hit someone.
And I was always
like, Abby, do your ghost. Oh no, that was hilarious. We really need to video ourselves playing.
We need to film a video doing that, because that would be really funny. Like, we hated each other in that game. Like, me and Sinead had to take a time out and do a punching game.
Oh my god, yeah. You did, didn't you?
I did win. I won, for the record.
Yeah, you did. Because I was just laughing. I honestly, it was so funny. But anyway, yeah, everything was fine for ages. And then we were trying to organise like a holiday, because we really wanted to go away. So we either wanted to do something in the UK, like go to the caravan, or go away. And it was cheaper to go away.
Yeah.
Like countries. So we looked at like actual holidays, and then we thought, no, let's do a city break, because that's just probably better. And then I looked at Amsterdam, and Amsterdam was really cheap for November, because apparently not a lot of people go in November because it's really cold, which I do get. But I feel like everyone's clocked onto it, because nearly everything's booked up. Like, I've had to book up really quick. All the canal cruises are like nearly booked up, so I've booked all of them. But anyway, we were looking at the price, and it was like 220 quid. And we'd said in the group chat, in the Inner Circle group chat, like, oh, we're looking at a holiday. And Barbara was like, well, I haven't got a passport. And then she was like, let me see if I can get a passport sorted. So we left it for 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
And
we needed to know, because it was also for Sinead's birthday. So we wanted to incorporate it. So we had to know sooner rather than later.
Because prices were going up. And we wanted to book it. And anyway, she said, give me a while to just see. So I said, right, okay. So 3 or 4 days later, I said, listen, we're looking at it. You don't have to pay a single thing. You don't even have to come if you can't afford it. But we're going to book the hotel. You don't have to pay anything. And it's literally, you don't have to pay anything until the day you get there. It's just the hotel. But the hotels were really cheap at the time. So I put it in the group chat, told everyone, and it just booted off. like booted off. Like Barbara was like, you have no decency. Like bearing in mind, this was a few days later, we talked about it, and the day, because she'd said, I need some time to think about it. And then it was the day later, I just said, listen, there's no money involved. And if you can't come, I will literally take you off the booking. We don't mind paying the extra if you can't come. It's fine. We'd literally thought about it, and she was like, you don't respect me. Like, you sending voice notes to us, like having a go at us.
Yeah.
So then we was like,
stressy.
yeah, and we're not stressy people. Like, if out of all of us, I think I'm the most stressy, and even I do not stress. I just plan things so that we've got things ahead in time.
Yeah.
And I was just like, wow. And we all just kind of left it. None of us even spoke about it, I don't think. We just kind of left it, and then we all
wasn't so much that, it was how it was. Everything she was saying was, I can't do that today. I don't have the money. I can't do this. I. And it was all reasons why she couldn't do it. Like, she wasn't willing to accommodate round us. Or, for example, say, you know what, guys, I can't go on this one, but I'll see you on the next one. That's fine. Like, me and Abby met up, but Ames couldn't do it. And that was literally fine. Do you know what I mean? And she couldn't do that. It was like she had to be there while we couldn't do it.
Well, she did say that, didn't she? Well, she sent a message to us in the group and basically said that she didn't want us to go without her, that she couldn't be one of those people that let us go and do something without her. And it was like, we were all messaging each other, kind of going, look, it's going to sound maybe a bit harsh. And I even said it to Abby. I said, I don't know whether or not we should go. I said, but I think we should, because it's for Sinead. It wasn't just like screw her sort of thing. We wanted to do something special for Sinead. She didn't, do you know what I mean? You need to do stuff together for your friends now and then, especially for such big occasions. And it would be one of your first birthdays without Rowan. Do you know what I mean? It was kind of like, let's do something.
And it's crazy as well because last year I went through something really bad, and this was like the first friendship I've had since it, and it'd been my first girls' holiday, like my first like friendship thing since what happened to me last year. So I was like really looking forward to it, and then I just felt like she just shitted on it and took the whole vibes from it.
Yeah.
In the nicest way of saying it.
She shitted on it.
She did. She did. She just tried to, because she couldn't come. She just ruined the vibe for everybody else.
Yeah, she did.
And then when we like took a step back from it and we're like, look, we don't fuck with that. It's not vibe. I'm not here for it.
No. And you know what, right? If I'm being totally truthful with you, and I'll be truthful, right? I have never had a massive friendship group, and I don't think girls do. I genuinely don't think girls do, because I think it's hard to find genuine friends as a girl. I really do, because I think a lot of girls see it as competition, and I really, really do. And you can disagree with me on that or whatever, but I just think that it's so hard because we're such good friends now. Like, I have never had a friendship group like this where I felt everyone wants me there, wants me at places. And she really impacted me in that way, because she made it out like we didn't want her there. Yeah. And as people, we're not like that. Like,
as though we were isolating her.
Yeah, and I know full well, like, I don't trust people, and I know you two would never speak about me behind my back without saying it to me.
No.
And sorry, that's not a joke.
I know you wouldn't. I know you wouldn't. And if you have, just watch yourself, because I know where you live. But yeah, and I think it's really hard. And I also think it was very selfish for her to turn around and say that we were leaving it out, and like she felt as though we were speaking about her behind her back and all this shit. So we all messaged her privately. We'd all had a conversation with her, like, especially me, because I understand, because I've been in that boat before, and I know what it's like to feel like you haven't got friends, or to feel left out, or to feel alone. I know what it's like. So, and then she mentioned it in the chat, and it just left a really bad taste in all of our mouths, and especially mine, because of that. And anyway, everything got left, but then we'd made a separate group chat because we wanted to go to Amsterdam, but we didn't want to talk about it in that chat with her. because it would be awkward and it's not fair. So we told her we are going to book Amsterdam. We told her we are going to do it. And if you want to come, you can book on. That's it. That was the end of the conversation. We didn't really speak that much in the chat anymore. If she messaged in the group chat, it was normally me who'd reply because I didn't want her to feel left out. Now, these two have had very different boundaries at the time because I, at the time, didn't have any boundaries in that respect.
She does now.
But I didn't. But I didn't.
Just to jump on that, the messages that she did put in the chat after that argument were all about her.
Yeah.
And there were drunk messages. There were messages about her messaging a guy. There was nothing asking about us, how our days have been, how we're doing, or like anything like that. It was all her. Just put that up.
Yeah, no, that definitely kind of showed as well that we did good by stepping back. I think because we got to see how much we had invested and maybe wasn't being invested in return.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and so then we got made admins before that, hadn't we? Before we had that massive argument.
I think she made the other guys admins as well, and then she put us all into a big chat.
So there was how many of us? Like 7.
I'm trying not to say their names.
I think there was 7 of us.
Yeah,
about 7, 8.
Yeah, and do you know what? I got on with most of them. Can't lie. Most of them
were lovely.
Yeah, they were. And we weren't really admins though. Like, we're not built for that. Like, we're not.
We're just jokesters.
We're the fun ones in the group. No, we're the fun ones. So
no, but we did do the admin job well. You can't say we didn't.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, happened. We would jump in. You know, I will back anyone as long as you've got a good intention. I'll back you. And if you want me to like talk to someone or anything, I will do it. That's what we was like, right? But we had a discussion, right?
It was Sinead, wasn't it? She started it because she was like, the group's dead. What should we talk about? Let's start a conversation so that the group
I'll be honest.
Starts again.
I get it. I used to message these guys. I was like, I feel like causing some chaos tonight. You know?
Yeah.
So I'd put a controversial opinion in the romantic chat, knowing that it'd get a conversation flowing and it'd get like banter going. Do you know what I mean? Like back and forth, which is what we've done since the beginning.
Yeah.
So obviously I put like I think it was something about Nesta. Well, obviously it was
something about Cassian and Nesta, wasn't it? Unpopular opinion. I feel like they shouldn't be together or something like that. I don't know.
Shit like that. Knowing it and like get some discussions going, you know, get a vibe going. And nope, couldn't say that. God forbid Sinead say anything about Nesta and Cassian.
No. Don't. It wasn't right. So basically, I came in at this point and I said I agree because they're very toxic for each other because of how Nesta is. Not to do with Cassian, more to do with Nesta because of how she treats people. Now, nobody brought it into real life, but I think in a book chat you should be able to, because the reason I'm literally, I do this as well with my characters in my books, like my main characters in my books, they've got an element of me in them on purpose because I want people to go, oh, I do that and I do that in my life. And if she can get over it, I can also do that. Or the other way around. I'm the villain in my own story and I'm acting like that. If she can change, so can I. You should be able to do that because that's what books are for. I literally did my dissertation at uni about that. Okay?
Since you got her degree, and she fucking knows everything.
Since you got your degree, and you know every fucking thing.
So, and I got a 2-1, so suck on that, right? Yeah, so I know.
Yep.
And just know. And we started discussing how Nesta's trauma and how she reacted and how it's not okay. Now, we didn't bring this up. Barbara brought that up because she said she joined in the conversation because she's in love with Cassian. And she'd said, Nesta is like me. And that's why I like her, because we'd asked her why she liked her. So then it opened up a whole can of worms because I was like, Nesta doesn't have healthy coping mechanisms at the beginning of the book. She goes out drinking all the time. She has sex with a lot of men. Now, go and do your own fucking thing. Do your business. That don't bother me. It's the drinking unhealthily, speaking to people that are trying to help you like shit, and not respecting people.
Not eating as well.
And not eating and not respecting people. That's a massive, it's very unhealthy and not a good coping mechanism. Oh my God. It then got blown out of the water. Everyone spoke up like, oh, her coping mechanisms are healthy. If you think drinking every night, getting pissed on someone else's money is healthy, you need to go to a therapist and get checked.
See, the one thing that she said in that stuck in my mind, she said, and I quote, I validate Nesta's behaviour.
Yeah.
If you validate Nesta's behaviour in Silver Flames, I don't want nothing to do with you. Get out.
That was it for us. And I know that sounds silly, but everything added together and everything put together, and bearing in mind, we're not finished yet. We've got something else to say. All of that put together. And not only that, it felt like she'd made sly digs about things. I'm not going to bring it up, but Sinead, you know what I'm talking about. It seemed like she'd made sly digs about people's personal lives.
Mm-hmm.
And we do not stand on business like that. We do not. Because that's said in privacy.
The thing is, she'd make the digs, and it wasn't just me or Abby or Ames that saw it individually. We all noticed it. Do you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't just me that noticed it. It was all of us that noticed it. And then she'd make the sly digs and then say she hasn't made the digs and that we're reading between the lines. But that was exactly what she was doing. Contradict yourself. Oh. Yeah, I'm talking to you.
Yeah, I'm talking to you. So then it booted off because one of the members of the Romantasy chat had messaged Barbara, because she was like the main admin, and said, listen, the people in the chat have really traumatized me. They brought real life in. Yeah, they've really triggered me. They brought real life into it. Bearing in mind, it was actually Barbara who had brought real life into it.
Do you know what? I'm going to tell them what the real life were. She was talking about how your childhood impacts you as an adult. And then she was saying, oh, I study children. I work with children. I know this. And I was like, bitch, I'm a mother. Let me tell you, it's not justifiable for your behaviour. You know, we all had shit from our backgrounds.
And all of us in this trio, in this inner circle, can tell you that your childhood does not dictate your future or your adulthood. That's not how things work. You decide yourself. No.
Not an excuse for your behaviour.
You have innate things, but there's certain things that trigger you that you can understand trigger you. And if you don't know them yet, that is fine, but you have to get to know when you get older. That is how it works. Your brain develops. At the age of 15, I thought I knew everything. I knew fuck all. I didn't even have to drive a bloody car. Nothing. And your brain develops and you understand that's something that I used to do. And
your childhood isn't as an excuse for your behaviour. And that's
what she claims.
Yeah.
As someone going into teaching, that's crazy to me, and that's very judgmental. You can't be like that. So she's got no clue, and people change. People change all the time. People change over a year basis. So this is a very deep conversation, but I'm just telling you, if you feel like shit right now, you can change that. And if you think you've got things from your parents you don't want, you can change that. Don't let a fucking book group tell you that they can't. But it really impacted me. It really impacted Sinead. Amy was just in our corner, but we wanted to stick up for people.
Yeah.
But then it got brought up by someone else. And it just really escalated. And then we was like, we're leaving the group. Like
No. So before that, the final straw for me was, instead of having a discussion with all the admins, because she made us all admins.
Oh my God,
she straight up deleted all our messages about that topic, about them characters, about that book. Just removed the whole conversation, deleted our messages, and that for me was final. I was like, how dare you remove my opinion on a character?
Yeah.
Like, it's disrespectful.
Especially when you weren't Well, exactly, and you were the one just voicing an opinion on a character, which was the point of the book group. Like, and she was the one bringing real life into it.
Yeah, literally. So that was the final straw. So obviously we'd been going back and forth for a couple of days anyway about shall we leave, shall we not, shall we leave, shall we not. And I'll be honest, I was worried that if we left that we wouldn't have anything to talk about, us three. I was worried about that. But here we are, like 2 months down the line with our own podcast. So
yeah, going strong.
Going strong. And I feel a lot healthier after leaving that group chat, because some of them were they were mean girls. Like, I know a mean girl, and I could just tell. And do you know what? These two didn't see it at first, because they was like, no, I think you're just overthinking because you've been in that situation before. And then a few months came by and they were like, do you know what? I think you're right. And
I think when I really noticed it, Ames, you'll remember this, I put a message in the admin chat. I put, guys, I've been thinking.
Oh,
and
no,
I shit you not, I think 4 or 5 of them immediately made digs that I was stupid, that I couldn't think. And it was like, ow. That hurt.
Yeah, it was instant as well. No break, no pause, all at once. It hit Sinead.
Yeah,
it was so bad because me and Ames weren't in the chat at the time. We both must have been working when she'd sent it in, and we didn't reply for like a few hours. And Sinead messaged and was like I am livid, like that they've said that. And we can take a dig, we can take like anything, but when 5 people start coming at you with that after what's just happened, like knock it down a peg or two. And then everything just went sour. Like, we was in the chat and we was just giving our opinions and just saying, listen, people are allowed to talk about things they want to talk about. That's how people get over things or deal with things, like we've said in loads of podcasts before. Maybe put trigger warnings on, we get that, but not talking about it at all, that is crazy. That's insane. Like, that, what can we talk about then? You can't talk about anything.
Yeah, because every book is made to have uncomfortable discussions. That's what books are.
Yeah.
And if you can't have those uncomfortable discussions, what's the point in the group?
There is no point. So it was, and we can have the most uncomfortable conversations with each other. I could have an uncomfortable conversation with myself. I bet you do. So yeah, and then we left. Right, we left.
Well, we voiced everything first, didn't we? We wanted to give them a fair talk to know what we were on about. We wanted them to see it from our point of view and try and hopefully sort it out, because none of us really wanted to leave at the time. It was just something we thought, if it's going to be better for us to leave, we'll leave. But we wanted to sort it out, so we did. Everything got voiced in the group. Sinead and Abby made their points, and I'm quite level-headed. Like, we call me the what do I get called? The mediator. Yeah. I'm quite chilled. But even I was sitting there getting like riled up on your behalf, because you're both talking to them. You're voicing your thoughts, your opinions on how everything has kind of just gone. You're being straight up and you're just saying, look, we need to get this out in the open. And they made it seem like oh, I'm sorry you feel that way sort of conversation, rather than we get you, what can we do to help sort of. Yeah. What can we do to make this group a viable space for everyone? It just felt stale after that point.
I don't know whether that's to do with that we're more grown mentally, though. Do you know what I mean? Probably. Like, if someone came to me and said, oh, I don't like how you handled this, or I don't like this, I would be like, how can I fix that? Like, what do you want me to do to fix that? In the most, like, meaningful way. Like, I am so sorry, I did not mean to make you feel like that. What can I do to improve this? Whereas they wouldn't. They'd be like, well, I'm sorry you feel that way, but that's not how it is. That is that's gaslighting. No, you don't do that. You resolve the situation. And they just couldn't get past that they were wrong, or we were right, or they were right and we were wrong. Like, it wasn't a win situation. It was we understand, what can we now do to move past this? And nothing ever got said about that. And I think I was one of the older ones in the group, because I'm 24, but I grew up a lot younger, and you two are exactly the same mindset. And I think that is why we get on so well, because we just got no drama. But them lot, like, it was just a crazy argument that didn't need to be. And then me and Sinead were like, we're going to leave. And then Amy didn't speak in the chat at the time, but Amy was like, obviously, if you two are going to leave, I'm going to leave. There's no point like me being in the chat.
We did literally say that. She didn't have to leave for us, though.
No, we did say.
No. I just thought I couldn't be a part of a group where two of the people who are, do you know what I mean, close to me, and also make very good fucking valid points in these group discussions. And I'm not going to be funny, but made it more lively than it was. When they didn't talk, the chat was dead. It was dead. So when they were basically unvalidated, shall we say, or invalidated, whatever it's called, at that point I was like, this is the group I want to be part of.
Bullied.
Yeah, bullied. There you go. In Rainbow.
That's how you made us feel. That's how you made me feel, okay? Yeah. And I'm 21 years old. Do you think I'm going to get bullied by you guys?
No. Barbara had no money when we was in that chat, bearing in mind. She not paid for her train ticket. Let's just go back to that.
No, let me just say, we were close with Barbara for about a month and a half, 2 months, would you say?
Yeah. Mm.
Not once did she ever buy any of us a book. It was Amy's birthday. She didn't even send her a card, no nothing. I had no money. I had like £3, but I spent it on getting Amy a card for her birthday.
You both bought me a card. It was really sweet.
Neither was any money.
I know. I cherish them forever.
Yeah. Literally. Not once in the whole 2 months that we were friends did she do none of this, nothing. I'll let you take over, Abby.
So then when we left, she bought them all a book, and we only know because it came up on our TikTok on our For You page. Unwillingly, we didn't choose that to happen. And we see
I pressed not interested.
A lot. And anyway, yeah, and not only that, wait, I have to put in a moment here. I did a TikTok, right? And it was popping off, let me tell you, right? And all of a sudden, on my For You page, Barbara has done the exact same.
Oh my God,
TikTok.
yeah.
Not even an hour later. Not even an hour. So I removed all these bitches. I removed them all. I thought, fuck that. I'm not getting involved. This seems like it's meant for me to get worked up. Not only that, they then did a TikTok on their TikTok, like their shared TikTok, about writing a book. Bearing in mind, a few months before that, I'd given my book to Barbara to read. Like my whole manuscript, the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
And then Barbara was talking to another member, like, oh my God, I can't wait for your book to come out. It's going to be so good.
Oh my God, she was talking to Wallace, wasn't she?
Yes.
Or Vomit. I was getting around the wrong way. Wallace, I think.
Yes, she was. And I knew bullshit. This fucking bitch. And yeah, and they were talking about it, and it just felt like a dig. Tell me that does not feel like a dig. She's still laughing. It felt like it did, and I was livid.
There's one more thing. It's not even funny. I don't even know why I'm laughing. Rare 2025.
Oh,
yeah, I was getting to that. Yeah, that was my last thing. Yeah, and they're all going to this event next year called Rare 2025, where there's loads of authors there. Bearing in mind that it's like 80 quid, and she had no money, like she couldn't afford to go. But as soon as we left the group, she was buying them all books, copying my TikToks, saying shit on their TikTok to piss us off, and then she's going to Rare now.
And we announced the podcast, and lo and behold, there's a podcast coming up for them. We actually, in the admin group, come up with a sick bunch of ideas for their Facebook, their Instagram, everything. Abby was like, we would be great on a podcast, blah, blah, blah. And they were like, oh my God, yes, a podcast, blah, 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 blah. They didn't have the podcast idea at all. They had no idea what they wanted to do with their Facebook or their Instagram, nothing. Didn't know how to engage the group either. And lo and behold, we got them up, we gave them ideas, we left, started doing our own thing. As you can see, we've got the fucking podcast. We started it a little while ago, and now they have announced they're starting a podcast, and they've got an Instagram page that they're now doing more on it. But I would like to say, on one of their TikToks, you know how they did a little bit about you, like what's your favorite book, blah 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 blah, without actually saying your name. It's like, it says anonymous or like your TikTok name. I can't remember what it was called, but mine's still on there. So take that. I am immortalised on your TikToks.
Listen, when Ames gets petty, you know it's serious.
No,
Yeah.
she's a petty queen. Like, let me tell you, she is petty. Like, I thought I could make people cry. She could make people sob for hours.
Yeah.
I don't go and make a habit of it though.
Honestly, when Amy's going through the menstrual cycle, she's joke.
I don't want to speak to her because she's nasty.
Yeah, she's not like, you make a comment and she's like, "Fuck off! Why would you say that?" And you're like,
Yeah.
I asked how your day was.
It's all with love. I just tend to feel more sassy. That's all.
You know what the thing is as well? You guys probably all think, the viewers, you guys probably all think I'm the nasty one. I'm not. It's her when she's
actually,
menstruating.
you gaslit
and any other
the
time,
fuck out of
her.
me.
I'm the victim.
You are the gaslighter.
She's a fucking
How many
liar.
times you'd gaslight me at the beginning of our friendship, Sinead? Because
did
every time I would get a message from you, I would be like, fucking, like, is this going to be the moment where she's going to make me feel like a dumbass? Are we going for it? And then you'd be like, oh. And I'll be like, you fucking bitch. I'm like, that
Gaslighter.
Let me tell you, I made her look back in a group chat like a week. I made her scroll through all the messages for a week.
dick.
She even messaged me. She messaged me and said, "Lol, Amy's an idiot."
Oh my god. You were such a dick. I was going through and I was like, no, surely not. You were like, go higher. Or you've already gone past it. And I was like, what?
I was
And
sat
Amy
here.
sent me Sinead messaged me and then Amy messaged me at the same time, and Amy messaged me a voice note saying, "Am I fucking stupid or did Sinead actually say that on Tuesday?" And I was like, wait, it's literally right there.
You're such a cunt. And this is why I never trust a word out of either of their mouths until I've heard it a few times from them. And yeah, so if they both agree and it's instant, I'm a bit like, do I believe
She's got
that?
serious trust issues.
I have, thanks to you two. Never had them before. Weird that. I only had abandonment issues. Trust issues are nothing compared to that. But
I've got everything, every issue.
To be fair, if you look at us all, we've got a little drizzle, drizzle, all sorts, haven't we?
Yeah. Well, that's why we're
God.
funny. That's how we're so funny.
it builds character. Trauma, baby.
Yeah, look at us.
Were you just shaking your titties?
She really was. She's going for it.
But anyway, we hope that you see our dynamic because we're quite some good pals, you know.
Yeah, we are. Do you know what? Even though we all banter and we all take the piss out of each other, every day we always say, "Morning, how are you? Go fucking get it." We do. And
Text the morning hoes this morning.
And I said morning bitches, but
And I said morning ladies because I was the controlled one.
yeah, she is the control one. But yeah, we do love each other and we have no qualms with the other members of the group. The only thing I have to say though is be original.
I just say do better.
And stop being cunts.
That's it.
I feel like Amy's was like, do better.
Yeah.
Drops mic.
To be honest, there's only one person of that I actually miss, and that's because I hope she watches this.
I know who it is. I know who it is. She's so nice.
We really laughed over Twilight memes and shit, and I keep seeing loads of Twilight memes, and I think, oh my god, I'm gonna send that. I'm like, oh no, can't send that. We don't.
Was that one of the admins?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it the one I'm thinking of?
Yeah.
Blonde.
I miss you.
Yeah, I must admit that was one of the hardest unfollows I had to do because I was like, you haven't wronged me, but you're just I can't.
Yeah, it's like you didn't reach out after either. It's like
and if she did reach out and just say, listen, no bad blood. I mean, we could have reached out as well.
I feel like that
I don't know.
listen, sound very well.
I was actually really upset that no one did, and I felt those last few days I really felt bullied, so I wasn't about to reach out to that one.
That's fair enough. Yeah, I get that. Fair enough, and I get that. And ladies and gentlemen, that is the tea of the night. Now,
the tea. And do you know what? Oh, let me give you the real tea.
Let me give you the real tea.
I thought she was about to whip out a kettle as well. I was like, what the fuck?
Let me give you the tea. Fuck. That would have been so funny.
Let's just say that that's not Sinead's room, by the way. She's not had a renovation from this podcast because look at the fucking state of it. It's well nice. Like she's in Great Gatsby.
I know, it's gorgeous.
Yeah, it's bloody lovely. She's in Turkey at the minute.
Coming to you live from Turkey.
Yeah.
And
Have you got anything else to say?
No, I think that was it.
No, I meant Sinead, not you, Amy. I really want to work on the red carpet. I just feel like I'd be really good. You look lovely tonight, but Doja Cat is not.
Do you know who you remind me of? Amelia. Chicken Shadow.
Yes, I love that woman.
Oh my god, I love her.
I
just watched the one that she did with Billy.
Oh my god, I did the other day as well.
Let me tell you, the flirting in that. I think I would literally be sat in if she said something like, "You don't want to date me," I'd be like, "Yes, I do."
I really feel like that's something you could do, though, to be fair.
I know, but it's been done now.
So
unless someone's going to watch this podcast and wants me to produce a show for them, and I'll do it for all the celebs. I don't give a fuck.
Do a tea and toast one.
Get her to do it in a
kettle.
stop.
Got your kettle. Yeah.
That's really good. Tea and toast. Everyone needs a northerner.
Yeah.
I just feel like that's my calling in life, but
or you could do a coffee one.
Coffee and toast.
It's coffee, isn't it?
Coffee and crumpets.
Not
coffee and crumpets, yeah.
No, I could fully. Yeah, I'm gonna do it, guys. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna message a production company and give them the idea.
Do you know what I think I'm gonna start doing? I'm gonna get a little microphone. I'm gonna go up to my family members because I've got so fucking many of them. I'm gonna go, what would you do if a guy did this to you? About a situation. And I'm gonna start posting them on my TikToks.
That's a good idea. Yeah, but she's gonna do fucking crazy ones. Like, what if a guy set your car on fire?
What would you do? Right. I've just got a question for you. What would you do if a guy cut someone's hands off and sent them to you as a present?
All right, Zaid.
But yeah, that concludes this podcast. We hope you got to the end of it. We've spoke so much shit, but I absolutely love it. If you do watch this, thank you, and we love you, and we hope to see you next week. Yeah.
Or do we?
Love you. Or do we? Amy doesn't, but we love you.
And then there were two.
And then there was two. So if one of us comes back on our own next week, just know Amy left.